Yesterday we talked about their hunting methods and how they live on a strict carnivorous diet. Today we kind of get into how global warming is causing the sea ice to melt earlier and earlier each year, and how the bears have less time to hunt and they're not being able to store enough fat to kind of um, stay nourished, I guess. So I'll read through the passage, follow along, and then we'll move on to respond to parts 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because global warming is causing the sea ice to melt earlier each spring and to form later each fall, the polar bear's hunting season is getting shorter. As a result, they have less time to build up fat. This has an especially negative impact on their reproduction. Most female polar bears leave the ice in the fall to give birth on land. The mothers feed the cubs with milk and survive off their own fat reserves. However, since the bears now have less time to hunt, they aren't storing up enough nutrients and are giving birth to malnourished cubs. In the early spring, the mothers and cubs must return to the ice to hunt or they will starve. But because the ice is melting sooner and retreating farther from the coast, the bears must now swim a greater distance to reach their hunting grounds. Polar bears are strong swimmers, but the longer distances are taking their toll. More and more bears are drowning before they reach the ice. Wants us to cross out the incorrect word or words and write the correct ones above them to make each statement true. So number 1, female polar bears return to the ice in the fall to have their cubs. There's a couple options here. We could say, instead of return to the ice in the fall, they say we could cross out return and put leave. Or you could cross out, instead of cross out return, you could cross out ice and put land. Second sentence, polar bear cubs live off their fat reserves all winter. A couple options in this one as well. If we're talking about living off fat reserves, it wouldn't be the cubs, it'd be the mothers. And if we didn't cross out cubs, we could cross out fat reserves, and the cubs live off of mother's milk. Third sentence, some cubs are well fed because their mothers aren't getting enough nutrients. Wouldn't be well fed, be our key term here, malnourished. Fourth sentence, because the ice is melting later in the spring, polar bears have farther to swim. Instead of later, we would cross that out and replace that with sooner. There you have it. There's your science spell work, week 12, day 3. Hope you made your corrections and have a good day.